Hello fitness challengers. Today we are going to discuss navigating the grocery store. There's so much misinformation and advertising tricks that companies use to get you to buy their product, which may not necessarily be a healthy choice. So I want to educate you on that so you can enter the grocery store with confidence that you're able to make a healthy decision. Some of the buzzwords that maybe some of you have seen before include protein. That's kind of a new one. They've been adding protein to a lot of things to enhance it because everyone's getting fitness minded and thinking, okay, I need more protein, more protein. So you see protein on a lot of items. Also omega. So they may say specifically omega-3, omega-6, omega-9, or just omegas, healthy omegas. People are trying to protect their heart and heart health. So omega is another pretty popular item that you're going to see. Heart healthy would be another one. High fiber would be another. All natural, organic, low fat, fat free. What are some other words that some of you have seen? List those below and we can kind of discuss those too as to whether they are healthy choices or not, or whether those companies are trying to get you to buy product that maybe isn't the best. One of my clients actually said that the way that they had accomplished health and weight loss was by avoiding diet foods. So anytime you see something that's promoting weight loss or dieting, if you avoid that packaging completely, you're going to be making a healthier choice. And that is true. If you are purchasing foods that aren't even in that type of packaging, so all of your fruits and vegetables, some of your proteins from, the meat counter at the store, those are going to be healthier choices. The closer that we can be to nature, the better it's going to be for us. When we get into all those processed items and things that are on the shelves and in packaging, those aren't always going to be the best choice. Now, as you're navigating the grocery store, the kind of rule of thumb is that you stick to the perimeter of the grocery store because that's going to be where you're going to find most of those unprocessed foods. So your fruits, your vegetables, and then you're going to get into, the deli area. Obviously, we're not going to be getting any of that macaroni salad with all that mayonnaise and stuff added to it. But you can go over to the meat counter and get some nice fresh fish and chicken and steaks and things like that. And then going on into the dairy section if that is something that you choose to include in your diet. Now, getting to the fat-free and low-fat items, talking about dairy, you want to kind of realize that when we are removing fat from an item, we are going to have to add in other things to take the place of that fat, because fat is what gives an item its flavor. So you're going to notice that if you grab like a full-on fat item and then a no-fat, fat-free, the differences are going to be in obviously the fat content and the calorie content, because for each gram of fat there's 9 calories. But also there's going to be an elevated level of sodium and or sugar in your fat-free item, because it's going to be trying to enhance the flavor of it. So what I always recommend is that you do a 1% or a part skim when it comes to your dairy choices, if you choose to include those in your diet. And so it's not the full-on 4% fat, it's a little bit less when it comes to the calories from fat, but we're not enhancing that item with either sodium, sugar, or sometimes more chemicals. Now, as you're looking at your nutrition labels, navigating the store, a few things to keep in mind is your serving size. So when you're eating an item, sometimes it comes in one container and you think, I can eat this whole thing, and sometimes there may be more than one serving. So just be aware of that as you're going through the store. And also, you want to keep in mind the ingredients at the bottom of the label. If there are large list of ingredients, that's not necessarily the best item for you. You also want to make sure that you can read those ingredients, because if you have scientific terminology and all these chemicals that you cannot pronounce, it's not going to be the best choice. The best thing is going to be the least processed, and that's going to be stuff that's going to be found in refrigerated sections of the store and not in a box on the shelf. So when it comes to your fruits and vegetables, I often have questions about this, because there are certain people that believe that everything that they consume needs to be organic. And what you want to do is make sure that you check out the Dirty Dozen list. And that is going to list all of the foods that are most pesticide ridden and have the most bacteria on them. So you want to be eating those products organic if you can. And then the other items you can kind of pick and choose and eat those, your regular produce, if you choose. So that's a helpful hint there. You don't necessarily have to eat everything organic. And then as well, when it comes to canned versus, regular produce versus frozen, so your best option is always going to be fresh. And if fresh is not an option for you, then frozen is going to be, the next step. And obviously canned is going to be better than not at all. So, canned is kind of the baseline. Frozen is a little bit better. Fresh is always best. Organic is up there, better than that. So you can kind of use that to make your decisions. And obviously, you have your budget when it comes to grocery and food, so you know where you're kind of at with things and where you're comfortable spending a little bit more, spending a little bit less. So make sure that you're making healthy choices, whether it's canned and you rinse off those vegetables before you have them to kind of get rid of some of that sodium, or if you're able to buy the fresh and buy the organic as you're navigating through that grocery store. If you have any other questions when it comes to things that you may see in the grocery store, make sure that you post them below, and I will definitely get back to you and address those questions as quickly as I can. Get fit. I dare you.